when I got out of the Navy, the season was almost over.
Right.
So I just had a short shot in '46. So the full season, my first full season in pro ball was 1947.
So
At the end of that season, the Dodgers wanted me to go. Mr. Rickey wanted me to go to Cuba.
who asked you to go down? Was it Mr. Rickey?
Rickey.
Okay, and the Dodgers had a working agreement with Cienfuegos to do that,
No,
or
I don't know how that. I don't understand how they did that.
Mm.
I do know this: that baseball was going through a period when guys were jumping their contracts.
Yes.
And there was a clandestine league started in Havana by a couple guys. I think Max Lanier.
Yes,
and
in the old stadium, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And then, so Major League Baseball. I don't know if they created this league or not. It was a 4-team league.
Yeah.
And there was a few Americans on each squad, and most of the guys were Cuban.
Right.
But I think that was in direct response to this other league was trying to get started.
What do you remember of the Grand Stadium?
I remember pitching a lot of innings there. I remember the crowds, how different they were from American crowds. They bet on every pitch, every inning. Guys in the stands hawking, had money between their fingers, waving, jabbering, and they're placing bets on pitch to pitch, inning.
So now you were
whatever.
teammates with Silvio Garcia down there?
Yeah, I was.
And now Silvio was being considered by Branch Rickey
I understood that.
as one of the first. Can you describe what you remember about Garcia as a player? I've
I
heard.
remember him very well. He was a handsome guy, big. He was big for what we think of shortstops, being kind of willowy and loose and limber. He was a big man. Had good power to right center. And I think his age might have been against him. So in that same league was a couple other guys. Ray Noble.
Now that was interesting because he caught you, and then you played against him.
That's right. He came
when he was with the Giants.
Right.
How did you like him as a receiver?
Yeah, he was good. Yeah, he was a good talent, good power hitter. And, well, I have my record down there.
Yeah, but go ahead. Okay. It's going to be like 2 or 3 more minutes.
I think 9 and 7. But we had in a 4-team league. I think we were 3rd or 4th. We were not. It seemed like Almendares might have won the league. So we didn't have the best team, but I got to pitch a lot of innings. And good experience for me. It really helped.
But you did play with Max Manning, right?
I
One
did,
of my readers wanted to know about your briefly you helped Max gain that straight change, or
yeah, he always credited me with that. Well, we talked on the bench, and he was inquisitive about different pitches, and we became kind of good friends. And he always credited me with helping him with his off-speed pitch. I did acquire a very, very good straight change. Mr. Rickey's theory on how to throw it, I picked it up real quick, and it was one of my pitches through the rest of my career. But the thing that helped me in Cuba was my curveball.
Right, I'd read about that.
And I had to learn to hide it from the old way I threw it in high school because they were calling my pitches a 3-eye lead. I learned from Jack Onslow, one of the opposing managers, at the end of the season. He told me, he said, "Son, you're probably going to go to probably AA, and you'll have a lot of problems if you don't learn how to take care of this curveball. You're giving it away." Well, I worked on that in Cuba, and when I got back to spring training, the Dodger coaches saw me pitching an inter-squad game, and they jumped out of their seats and ran over. "Where'd you get that curve? You didn't throw that one." Well, that's how much better, how much different it was. And that really is what vaulted me to the big leagues. I won 15 games at
Fort
Worth, and in the middle of season, middle of July. They called me the Dodgers.